Wow.
Open the show with yummy noises. It's always a good sign.
I've noticed when I eat. I've noticed when
Are you having a stroke?
I'm having stable angina.
Yeah.
I have stable angina. You happy with it?
Okay. Should we call? I'll dial 9-1 and just hover.
Didn't you hear about the news?
No.
Well, are we on?
We're on.
I mean, do you really think I'm going to be on? If you had to guess now. Guess now. How good am I going to be tonight? Annoying? Scale of 1 to 10.
8.
Good. No, now they're saying, forget what we told you about in the past about the stents and the... What is happening here?
I don't know.
Does that get tight?
What are you trying to do? Stop twisting it. Stop twisting it.
You're the one who got me.
Oh, my God. You're doing
Jesus
a bit now.
Christ, look what you did. You're the one who started it.
You're not even talking into it anymore.
God, I hate mics.
And you've turned it off.
I hate mics since the incident.
Oh, my God. Don't flip your incompetence onto mine.
Yeah. You know what? That is one of my first instincts when things are going bad.
Yeah.
Is to drag the others down.
Absolutely. Even when things are going good.
Yeah. That makes it even... Oh, wait a second. I haven't started my backup machine. No. Weren't you, when you saw it, didn't you say, hey, he's doing it now?
I didn't care.
You didn't care.
I didn't care.
Stable angina. They're saying now that a lot of people have this thing called stable angina, which is they have pain when they do things.
Yeah.
But it may not be much to worry about, which I just find that it's all I would worry about.
Okay.
And now they're saying that maybe you don't have to have stents and bypasses, that the statins are equally as effective as those other procedures have been. So I'm not really, it's very confusing. It came out last night and it sounded like, what do they want us to do?
I think I'm going to let others parse it and not just take the Andy Kindler flow through on this one.
Did you get anything from what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying like...
They're questioning current methods.
Right, but for example, what did Frank Conniff have done?
He had a quadruple bypass.
Oh, okay, so that you could... They're not talking about that, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're talking about stents and such.
Stents are different, yeah.
I don't know. It seemed very like, if you have a problem, all of a sudden you know you need something with your heart, you can't make your decision then to go, you know what? Let me try a few years with the
Yeah, I think it
statins.
depends on the extent of the blockage you're dealing with.
Well, it would be nice if...
But again, I'm not a doctor.
You know what? I think you could be. You know what commercial I like, even though I think it's a horrible insurance commercial, is where the guy...
Is it Zoltar again? Because you already went through that.
Zoltar?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last week you liked Zoltar.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like... The Zoltar, I realize, is hacky at the end with, okay, taxi lady, oh, geez, The ending, it's not so hacky. It is hacky because you can't watch it more than once.
Taxi is always hacky.
A taxi! But this is the one where the doctor comes in and he goes, hey, guess who almost got reinstated?
Guess who just, yeah.
Yeah, who just got reinstated? Not officially. He goes, not officially.
You scared? Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Well, we'll figure it out.
That's my favorite
He's just
part.
a really good actor.
And I love it at the end because he kind of goes, yeah, me too. We'll figure it out as we go. I love it. But then it's for liberty. Is it liberty? Liberty.
I don't know who it's for, but I've always, I always notice a good performance.
And the thing about that is that's something you can watch more than once because it's not a guy on a unicycle saying, taxi.
True enough.
Why did they ruin Zoltar? It could have been the greatest commercial of 1919 or whatever year we're in. What year were we in?
Doesn't matter.
Thank you. I want to thank some of our sponsors, Josh, Elvis, Weinstein. I want to thank him for supplying the coffee every week for the taping of Thought Spiral. Thank you, Josh.
No, thank our buymeacoffee.com listeners who so generously supplied us with a cup of coffee.
Can I make any connections in my mind that would help? And I chalk it up to us having coffee money. But you know what, though? When we said buy me coffee, we really meant give us thousands of dollars.
Well, but some of that goes to coffee.
Some of it does. And Josh he doesn't send me a bill at the end of the year. This is what you had at my house.
No, I do not.
And he makes a good cup of coffee, even though it's a dark roast.
Yeah.
It's an intelligentsia dark roast. Oh my God.
This is actually, I think this is, not intelligentsia, but What's the other one that?
Stumptown.
Stumptown, yes.
Which makes a nice. I bought.
But it's the Stumptown Hairbender, the dark roast.
Yeah, that's a good. I don't think that's. Look, I don't want to get. It's not. It's tight. It's going to be a stumbling point that we can't get by. I did see it. I think Gelson's, not the one on Thousand Oaks, right, where I shop, where we live. They had Sight Glass coffee. Very good. Very good. Very good coffee.
What's
Sight
it called?
Glass. Sight Glass.
Sight Glass?
Yeah, from San Francisco. And it had just been roasted. Because that's the thing I tell the people. You have to look at the roast date. If you don't, if you don't.
And you go, you have to look at the roast date. It's very important. Hey, wake up. Wake up.
But don't look for the roast date at Starbucks because they don't have one. So you could buy a 7. How do you know it's not a 7-year-old Christmas blend? How do you know, Josh? No, because it does have a expiry date. Expiry is from Canada. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thought Spiral.
From the First Thought Theater in Sherman Oaks, California.
Oh, that's Conan kind of.
It's Andy Kindler. J. Elvis Weinstein. Lucky Weinstein. And the Andy's Big Fat Mouth Orchestra. It's Thought Spiral. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Fat Mouth.
Was I doing that? Thought I was almost doing a thing where they put a plate over a horn.
A mute, we call that.
Is that what it is? I was listening to the French horn in the song For No One the other day, and I was noticing. You have so much skills. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's going to sound wrong. You have so many skills that couldn't pay the bills under any circumstances.
I know it.
Maybe the baby guy could. Maybe baby guy could
might.
do it.
Baby might. French horn guy, not so much.
But also, you have an excellent ear. And I just happened to look that up yesterday, and that was a French horn.
Yeah.
And then the guy died who played the French horn on there, because you have to die sometimes. Some of those guys from the 60s are dead.
Some of them are.
And he said that they had this, because their key was all screwed up. He said they had a screwed up key. It was between B and B flat.
Yeah.
How's that possible? So they were a little bit, I was wondering if that's true. I guess it could be true, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you adjust for that in a French horn, though.
I don't think it was easy. Wait, a French horn does it have key?
It has valves, yeah. It has.
Don't you adjust it?
No, it has this. I mean, you can tune a horn.
Right.
But the notes themselves aren't slidable on a French horn.
Right. You can't go.
It's like a trumpet.
Oh, okay. So on a trumpet, it's either on or off, you're saying to me?
No, but it's like different than like a trombone where you can literally.
You can literally do it.
You can
that
find
way.
the in-between notes.
I'm kind of understanding some of these things. But you can also change notes through how much air you blow through, right? Is mine as good as yours?
Like on a trumpet, there's only you can't play every note by changing your lips.
Right, that makes sense.
You can jump an octave. You can jump. There are certain notes you can play with each fingering, but you can't play every note with each fingering.
And what do you play? Have you played?
I used to play trumpet. I played trombone. I played.
How long did you play like each one of these instruments? I'm not trying to accuse you. I'm just.
I played trombone through high school. Trumpet I played probably the shortest, just a couple of years.
My brother was excellent on the flute. That's not easy, right?
And I also played keyboard in high school. And I had a jazz teacher who would let me jump around and try to play drum set occasionally. I played bass occasionally.
Wow, that's fun.
Vibes,
that is fun.
Vibraphone sometimes.
What's the difference between vibraphones and the? Is everything like that? Like Lyle Hampton? That can't be his name.
Lionel.
Was he playing the vibes?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Is it called a vibraphone?
Vibraphone, yeah.
And he plays it with two mallets in each hand sometimes?
He did sometimes, yes.
Yeah. And that's for when you need, oh, come to the island.
Wow.
I don't know why I enjoy being like a dense person. Like my impression of a dense person.
Yeah.
Like that would be the only thing you'd hear from a vibraphone would be like the calypso or something. That was a good moment.
Ooh, let's take a break.
Woo. Are we ready we're already ready to go to the letters?
Yes.
We should go to the letters. That would be so good.
Wouldn't it? Flippy reverse day?
No, I would just like to have you say, or maybe I would do that department, because I would say every time, it's time for snail mail. I hit it really hard.
Yeah.
I hate when people say snail mail.
Yeah.
They don't say it that much anymore.
They don't say it a lot anymore. Yeah.
But, people who listen to podcasts, they don't even...
But I'm glad you're still on guard in case it comes back.
What's that?
I'm glad you're still on guard in case it comes back.
I am on guard.
Yes.
That's from the French, and it's actually used in fencing. A lot of people don't know this, but could there be a game show where when I hit blowhardy? A lot of people don't know this, would probably trigger.
Right. It's welcome to We Know.
We know. This scrambled eggs was the name of yesterday.
We know.
Did you know that the Beetle cut was through their friend Astrid in Germany? Is that right?
We know.
No. Okay, I'm tired of the we know. This is why coming
Astrid
up with
Kirchner.
That's right. But that's why coming up with a catchphrase is so hard.
Yes.
We know. Get her done.
Yeah.
You could say that for years and still hate it.
Sure. Whereas, a certain particular delicious sweet piece of produce you can harp on for months.
What would that be? What would that be an example of?
The cotton candy grapes.
I'll tell you why that one is not only... It could be one of the best of all time. Well, both of them. I have two that could be the best of all time, which... Anything but.
Anything but.
Anything but. The reason why those two work are... I know why they work, but the reason why they last is because every time you can conjure up, like Liza...
Yeah.
A Liza personality,
sure,
at the produce stand, and just looking at you, you're looking to.
It's a vignette in a sentence. Yeah.
God, the grapes. Now, I'm not saying when we get into the 15th or 16th year of Thought Spiral, and you have to come. Would we do it in the home? Would you come over to assisted living and do it with me?
Yeah, I'll come visit.
What's going to happen when you're still running around? And I'm not, I don't want to say bedridden, because who wants to visit me?
Right.
But it's going to happen. It's going to be happen. If I live to 90, you'll be around.
I'll be a spry 75.
That's really young.
Yes. Keep telling yourself that.
And so what are you going to do? When you go, oh, Andy, I have to go. I have ice cream. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to play off that bit for me?
They brought your ice cream, Andy. Look. They brought your.
I don't like the way you're mocking me.
Wipe your chin, Andy.
Oh, stop it. Okay, that's it. It's over now. Look at you. Look at the little devilish look on your face. Whoever thought you were evil? Well, happy anniversary of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Thank you. Yes, I found out by someone else congratulating me that today is the 30th anniversary of the national show debut.
How long were you guys in the woods? I mean, in the low level. Not the low level, but not national.
Just a year.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
Yeah.
Wow. And I saw you bantering with Baron Vaughn, who I love.
Yes.
And he plays on the new show, he plays...
What I used to play.
Boom.
Tom Servo.
Time is going by. And so if that's 30 years, and you were young at the time.
I was 18, yeah.
It's unbelievable how old I am. I'm starting to really bother me.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Just today it caught up with you?
No. The last couple of years.
Yeah.
And people have said, when they say, what happened to you? Why did you not do good work? Right. I love the quotes more than anything else. You don't seem to have
People keep asking me about the rear view mirror.
Right. They keep saying, I don't even know what the expression "do you have a second act" means. That's how old
third
it is.
Act. You're in
third
the
act.
Yeah.
Is it a third act?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because everything has two acts.
No.
No, I mean by...
Movies have 3 acts.
Oh, then what's the point of it? It's theater? Well,
people say third act when they're into their 60s and beyond.
Oh, I hate everything you're talking about. I did realize, and this I did not realize, is that if you're 55 and older and you have the AARP, you get a double discount on Annie's, not the left side of the Denny's menu. Anything $9.99, any dinner on.
Yeah.
Super Bird special.
Super Old Bird.
Oh, I hate age. You know what?
The Grand Old Slam.
I'm not scared of dying, and I don't really care. If it's peace you find in dying, well, then let the dying time be near.
I don't know.
If it's peace you find in dying, let the dying time go. But bundle up my coffin, go this, go way down there, hear this, go way down there, yeah. Well, how long do I have to go off tune before you recognize the song?
I'm with you.
Oh, you had it already.
Sort of.
And when I die.
And when I'm gone.
Okay. So all we're doing is creating more things you can't use.
That would not be recognizable, I'm sure.
You know, you don't have to make.
Is that Three Dog Night or Guess Who? That's
No,
Three Dog Night.
it was Laura Nero wrote the song,
right?
And Blood, Sweat and Tears did a
Blood, Sweat and Tears,
with David
right.
Clayton Thomas.
Yes, thank you.
Which I like that song.
They're all kind of one band, though.
Blood, Sweat and Chicago.
Blood, Sweat and Three Dog Tears.
Chicago.
Guess Who?
Don't you think Blood, Sweat and Tears?
Chicago because of the horns. They said they're their own thing.
I very quickly got out of the mood for that. I mean, I like horns, but the
don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong. You could see though when you listen back to rock things in the 50s, you could see how the first time a saxophone was played with rock and roll, it was like, oh my god, this is so fucking great. And then I think it got old very quickly.
Yeah, after Tequila, pretty much.
And after Clarence Clemens' third solo.
Yeah.
But he was more than just...
Stop blowing, big man!
What's that from?
It's the opposite of blow, big man.
Oh, I see.
God damn.
You know what I loved?
It's like working with a bowl of oatmeal some days.
You know, that's not funny. My father died from eating a bowl of oatmeal. And
Good.
He was buried with
Would you like some?
He was buried with oatmeal.
Let's see if it's hereditary.
God. You know, they say yes and, but sometimes you should say, let's not do this. Let's take a break and cancel the rest of the show.
Yes. And how will you die?
Yes. And why are you not helping me on this podcast? Yes. And you also suck. Yes. And your ego is so huge, I'm surprised you can get through the door. Yes. And thanks for providing a cup of coffee every week for the last 2 years. Yes. And I love you coming over the house every Monday at 9:05 like a fucking asshole. Because I said to you, you could be 5 minutes late. So would it kill you to come at 9? And we'll be back. Well, how would
I
you?
enjoyed the hell out of that.
That was good. That was fun. I wrote things down this week.
Did you?
Yeah, because I thought maybe Well, first of all, I worked on I worked on a new Mr. Weinstein bit. You ready?
Okay, good.
Mr. Weinstein.
Yes, Mr. Kindler.
Please come into my office.
I'm coming. Hello?
Mr. Weinstein.
Yes?
Are you aware that there's been a murder? A murder!
The way you say that is quite suspicious, Mr. Kindler.
Oh, don't do that, Mr. Weinstein. We know, I know, you know, we know that you've been plotting to kill me for these 9 days.
Well, yes, but that's conspiracy to commit murder. That's not a murder.
Oh, I stand corrected. Now, Mr. Weinstein.
Yes, Mr.
Where were
Kindler.
you? Do you own a dagger? Mr. Weinstein, answer me immediately. Mr. Weinstein, do you notice that my accent's a little off? Or that maybe I've never really had an accent?
I believe you're an imposter. Who are you?
Mr. Weinstein,
What have you done with Mr. Kindler?
Mr. Weinstein, if you were to give me an impression of what I used to sound like when we did the Mr. Weinstein bits, could you give it to me now? Because
Sure I could.
Okay, go ahead. Mr. Weinstein, come here. Hello. Oh, Mr. Weinstein. Are you ready for the funny comedy bit, Mr. Weinstein? Okay, thanks for coming. Mr. Bye-bye. Weinstein, I must stop you henceforth.
I'm sorry.
Henceforth.
I may have embellished.
You impudent. I like that, impudent. You impudent. Sodden. What is this called when you don't care about? Like
I'm not going to give you the rest of your insults for me.
You shut up. Oh, I'm so upset. I went into American English. Mr. Weinstein, all I'm saying to you is there's been a murder. Murder. Next week, Mr. Weinstein discovers a murderer.
Have you been doing this ever since lunch with Mankiewicz?
All right. Now you're talking. I thought we're not going to say where it was, right? That's what we shouldn't say.
Why not?
Oh, yeah, we don't care, right?
Yeah. Brent's Deli in Northridge, California.
That was so good.
Classic Brent's Deli. The only problem with Brent's Deli is that it's far, and you have to drive Andy Kindler to it.
Yeah, that is true because, yes, I have a car, but you know what, Josh? My wife needs it today.
I know, but you're so annoying in the car.
Yes,
Andy.
but yeah, oh,
You're so annoying.
why don't you explain to the people who may not have had a chance to be annoyed by me in person what it was exactly that made me so obnoxious on the road? First of all, I was nervous because I'm seeing Josh Mankiewicz.
Yeah.
And it's going to be us three. And this is what you live your life for. Not showbiz like that, but not even Hollywood like that, but you know, where you get together with with the people in the biz and you eat like okay, you describe it.
Well, Andy read every sign between here and Northridge out loud and made a comment about it. Loudly and quickly and incessantly.
Can you remember one of the establishments?
It was like if a kid went trick-or-treating and ate all his candy that night and then got into your car.
Yes. I couldn't stop saying the names of establishments. Or things like this. I love all the little shops around here. Like that.
Yeah, except it was much more high energy and bounce out. Like, I wanted to kick you through the door onto the street. And then you turned it off as soon as we got to lunch.
Oh,
Then suddenly you were like, I'm well behaved. I'm a normal person. Get me.
Well,
I'm Joe, not brain damage.
How about Mr. Let me turn up the street with the only stopped street in the West Valley. That's who you happen to pick.
Yeah.
I don't never go up that street because they have that same stopped.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but how long? And we were going to be late. We were late for our meeting.
We were 3 minutes late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Which is less late than you were tonight.
But here's the thing. We live not there.
And you're giving me shit for it.
Not really. But we don't live there. But we're not going to tell you where we live. But it seems like...
Sherman Oaks, California, ladies and gentlemen. Sherman Oaks, California.
But it seems like... Doesn't it seem like it takes like an hour to get there? It's far, Northridge.
It took a half hour.
I mean, I was quaking in my earth by the time I got there. Get it? Because they had an earthquake.
Yeah.
But the food was great. The conversation was great. And I wasn't that obnoxious. You have to admit that I...
At lunch, no.
No.
At lunch, it was like I said.
How about on the way back? Did I calm down on the way back?
Well, you were better than the way there. Not as good as lunch.
Wasn't that... Oh, I think... Did I say that I... Did I say I had taken maybe an Adderall too much?
I asked you how many...
And my second Adderall.
Yeah, how many Adderalls?
You gotta have an Adderall.
How many Adderalls did you take a half hour ago, Andy, is what I think I asked.
Right, but I took... What happens was I got up at night. What happens was... First of all...
You had to wake up for the testimony.
Yes, and I was going to say, that probably got me all hyped up, too. That was the first day of the testimony. And as always, Josh couldn't wait to talk about it. No, he couldn't.
I'll talk about it in the car. I just don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Well, that's true. But neither one of us wanted to talk about it. You know, I'm just crossing my fingers. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm going to then break them off.
No, what I really wanted to talk about is Johnny's. Mark's Dry Cleaning. Emilio's. 76.
Eco-friendly dry cleaning. Samuel's Diner. I think I said something like, it wasn't Samuel's, but Frank's Diner. Frank's Diner. I wonder if Frank works there. Something like that.
It was all of that caliber. Yes, that was a good example of that.
There wasn't. This was the best part. We drive. All of a sudden, Josh turns to me, very serious, overly serious. He goes, "That's where I got my."
That's not even an impression of me being overly serious.
That's where I got my... Where'd you get over there?
My front doors.
That's where I got my front door over that establishment.
No, I didn't say it with any emphasis whatsoever. I literally said, hey, that's where I got our front door. And you acted as if I was acting like you.
Well, here's the thing. I know why you did it. You did it because I complimented your front door once. That had to play a role.
I did it because we were in Northridge, California, and we happened to be driving past the only other establishment in Northridge I was familiar with.
But I made the point. I don't know who we're talking to, like a jury or maybe a judge.
I don't know, but you're annoying me again just for that one little thing.
But I had made the point that...
you yammered like a baboon for 25 minutes. I said one comment that actually was apropos of something.
Right.
And suddenly... I'm Mr. Blow the conversation.
Right, but the thing is that there was a lot of pressure on me that day. I'm going to have lunch with Josh Mankiewicz. I think that, what I'm learning in therapy is that I might be an awful person.
No,
not a terrible person. No, I'm just telling you what my therapist said.
Okay.
You can disagree.
Right. Okay.
I might be.
I'll take the medical opinion.
I might be awful.
Okay.
She goes, that's okay. That's okay. But you're not, you're repulsive, sure.
Okay. I'm buying in. I'm buying into this.
Don't buy into that.
All right.
What I was doing was I was winding you up, man. I was busting your chops. Have you ever busted anyone's chops?
Yeah, but it's just obnoxious. It's not cute. It's not. It wasn't a cute form of it.
Oh, it was good.
No.
I recorded it as a side podcast.
Play it back.
For bonus people. If you buy us a cup of coffee, I'll force you to hear the incredible... And then when we got there, I had and I'm still thinking about it because I had the black diamond pastrami.
Yeah.
I got it home that night.
The black pastrami Reuben. Yeah.
Got it home that night, and I couldn't eat the whole sandwich. I got it home, and me and the wife, we not only split the other half of the sandwich, Susan puts the French fries on a cookie sheet or whatever.
Yeah.
Sticks them in the old oven. Now we got French fries. I mean, not quite the same, but French fries.
Right.
And I said, you know what? This was a good day. This was a very good day. But it was fun.
It was very fun. It was a great lunch.
We're not necessarily living the life, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
People are very nice in that area. It's a not too Hollywoody over there.
It's not so Hollywoody, no.
What did you say when we first pulled up? Something like, this is a restaurant where a lot of people need help to get in.
Yes. You won't go to many restaurants where more people need help in.
He's laughing. I'm 5 years away from a walker. And not because I need one, just because I like it. Or a hover round. Well, once again, I took that topic and smashed it to bits. Let me see. Oh, you know what I brought this week with me?
What's that?
Calendar.
Yeah.
This is, I thought, might stop me from saying to you, how was your week? How was your week? Because I can actually look at the things that I've done since
You have my week on your calendar?
I do. Did you get the chance to go, did you get a chance to ask your Pilates person about the tournament?
The big Pilates tournament?
Yeah, the big Pilates tournament. And are you entering it? Like you told me to remind you, entered the Pilates tournament.
Yes.
Okay. And why is it full contact?
Because that's the only way I can win.
Wouldn't that be just so terrible? Then I have written down here.
Why are you reading me your calendar?
No, I'm trying to see if there's anything. I was thinking if there was something that hit me on here. But you know what's mostly on here? Is my weekly appointments.
Yeah, like a calendar.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, oh, Thanksgiving is coming up. I see it right there. My cue emotional story. They're already having on Hallmark, every movie is the same movie about she's a busy toy executive. She can't have Christmas. Then she meets a guy she met in high school. Then she remembers that she had Christmas. I want a new kind of a Christmas story.
I have never watched any of those Hallmark movies.
Yeah, because you're an angry Jew who sits around waiting for the next roundup. I don't know.
No, you don't.
I do. Look, I may not be funny. I may not be interesting tonight. I might not be good at conversation. I might not have a personality.
You're going to keep going back to the air quotes joke on radio, Andy.
Look, would you expect me to ever get it right at this point? Do we have any movies we were supposed to see? I don't think we had any movies.
No, we should go back to that. It's becoming clear.
I wanted to watch that. It's not The Sorrow and the Pity, but The Greatest Years of Our Lives.
The Best Years of Our Lives?
What's that?
The Best Years of Our Lives?
Yeah, also The Greatest Years are good, too. It's Muhammad Ali's in it.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm the greatest. That's my mom.
That's Jimmy Durante. I flew like a butterfly.
Is our movie over? Is that it? What happened to our movie? I thought we were going to start kicking up now.
What?
Our movie. Why is it not? Why are we not more
in?
premieres?
I don't know. Get on CJ. CJ, come on.
I heard there's another movie.
Give Andy an update.
I couldn't believe there's another movie coming. Did you hear that?
He's got a doc coming out.
Oh no, he wants to make another movie.
Well, yeah, he's shooting another scripted one too.
He told me I'm in it.
Supposedly.
He told me I'm in it.
Yeah.
Did he also say you're getting $40,000 plus labor? That's what I'm getting.
He just said Andy times 2.
Oh God, we should make
just like the last one.
Don't say you can't. You're revealing so much stuff that Dana Schwartz is not gonna. My favorite Dana Schwartz was this week. Yeah. I got a real ID. Oh, great!
Right. Now you're gonna be on all kinds of lists, and
then I started because he always gets me. I started to think, can you get a driver's? How can you get a driver's license after 2020? That's not a real ID. I don't think you can. Please give me a license. If you want a license for something, you're going to have it be real ID style. You can't go in 2021 and go, can I have one of those old IDs?
I think you can get like a non-resident license that's not a real ID. You know, like a illegal immigrant license that they have.
I see. And when he says illegal immigrant, he just using the expression. Yeah, so, but otherwise...
I'm sorry, an undocumented resident.
I don't know why.
Non-resident.
Why am I such an idiot? But I think he didn't realize that it's something I didn't go wild on my own. Like, I love a real ID. I mean, I like my California ID, but I want there to be fingerprints involved. Right. Well, that's the main thing too, right? I don't have we never had fingerprints before. Did we on our any ID you ever had?
No.
Oh, maybe they did for the passport. Maybe not even there.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think there was a fingerprint for passports, but I'm not sure. I know there was for TSA pre.
All I'm telling you is if I wish Clear would pay me money because it's the greatest thing, Clear, you go right to the gate.
They're paying you time, which is like money.
That's true. I don't know why I always want an endorsement deal for something. I use the new... Have you used the... No, you don't use it. You won't be using the new lot anyway.
No.
Because you have a different deal.
Yes.
Coming through. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling, young man?
I'm feeling okay. I've had a...
rough day?
Had a rough few days.
You did? Why?
We had a big... yet another plumbing emergency. Weinstein plumbing emergency the other day.
How many have you had? I don't even know that you've had a lot. But does it happen to everybody at some point? Because I know it's all over my building, but I'm on the second floor, so I haven't been affected yet.
Well, you will when it's on the third floor.
I never put two and two together. So what happened?
Had a big flood in the guest room because a pipe burst above the closet in the guest room, and we didn't go in the guest room for all of last week while it was leaking.
Oh, so when you discovered it, how long had it been?
When I discovered it was multiple days it had been running, so that the carpet was completely flooded out, and the entire closet full of clothes was all mildewed out and gone. So, and it was Saturday night, so I had to call a plumber.
What is that for the layman?
Yeah,
what does that cost on a Saturday night? I mean, you don't have to tell us the exact thing, but I'd like to know. Approximately $150 an hour.
It was a flat rate.
Flat free. Yeah. Okay. High. Okay. But more than if it had been like Monday afternoon, right?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of his out loud figuring.
Well, it's Saturday night.
Saturday night, and I got, He was a grumpy Gus, too. He was really annoying.
Well, wait a second. Wasn't he a number you're supposed to call, or is he a guy you call that you've known before? I
called my regular guy. He couldn't come, so we found another guy.
This is when you hate being... I know that you're like me, but you've been doing it longer. You just hate this part of it, right?
I fucking hate it, yeah.
It's just like, why?
I hate being a homeowner. It's so overrated. So I get, the classic plumber who tells you everything is shit. That one.
No.
How all my pipes are,
the Joe Madison bit?
Yeah, it is kind of like the Joe Madison bit. which I wrote with him. So
you wrote the whole bit?
I wrote a lot of it.
God damn it! Can't you let anybody have their moment in the sun?
But he literally by the end he had apologized for his attitude because I kept coming back at him.
Like, how did you come back at him?
Well, like he went upstairs to once he finished that, he was like, "Do you got other things?" I got, "Yeah, I got a couple other things." And so he's like,
who did this? Who put this?
Yeah, it was that. I was like, you don't have an access port there. If that thing screws up, you're going to have to pull out the tile. I'm like, you know what? I've had enough shit actually go wrong tonight that I don't need a fucking lecture about shit that might go wrong.
You said that to a person?
I did.
I could never do that in a million years. Why are you not dead?
Because I had been chipping away at his attitude all evening.
And so how did he react to that?
No, by the end, he was like, I'm sorry, I came in with an attitude. I was in a bad, He loved me by the end.
Why? Because you did some time?
Because I gave him shit back. But it was just like, it was like, even when I was on the phone with him, he's like, have you checked the water heater? I said, yeah, I looked at it. I didn't give it a full check over. Why not? I'm like, well, because I looked in the pan that it's sitting in and there was no water in it. Well, that's a good sign.
Right.
Yeah.
What's he trying to catch you for? Did you tell him that you were a plumber?
In a bad fucking mood.
Look, before you start, I just want you to know, I too am a plumber. So I don't, I'm only calling you because my skills I don't have the right tools.
And then I had turned off the water heater valve.
Yeah.
And he comes in like, who turned that off? I was like, I did. Why? I was like, because I was fucking panicking.
Right. Then why was he saying why?
Because he was, I don't know, because that was his knee-jerk, contrarian posture.
I've been the hero many times when I've shown people that you can turn the water off to your toilet or your sink.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know that. It's heroic.
I turned it off to my house.
Yes.
But the water kept coming.
So now what's happening now?
So today,
what caused it again?
Burst pipe.
In the closet.
Within the ceiling.
Which isn't far
so
from
we had
the
to bust through the drywall to get to it. Oh. Then the next morning, I spent half the day ripping out the wet carpet myself.
You replaced it? Why? I'm sorry. Was it bad carpet that you didn't like anyway, like very old?
No, it wasn't that old.
Oh, not enough. Not enough to replace it.
So we're replacing it now.
Right.
So the carpet guy came today, and so Thursday we're getting new carpet.
And is that also astronomical?
No.
It's all right. Did you go with Empire?
I'd rather not say. I'd rather not endorse anybody until I get the job done.
Oh my God! Now, is any of this? When you have this happen, is any of it insurance? No, I mean, that's not insurance. Nothing covers.
No, it would be insurance. I mean, it depends. Yes. Well, yes, home insurance would cover some part of it. I don't know.
Can I just say something that my friend Limu the Emu says?
What's that?
Pay for just pay for what you need. Pay for what you have. So my father hated these type of things to the point where maybe he would just close the door to the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
But my father hated it.
I mean, as I tweeted that night, my general rule of thumb with home ownership is if it's not spraying water, it's not urgent.
So this is urgent.
So I came home to urgent that night.
Yeah. Did you feel in a way, why do I not check the guest room every once in a while?
No, but I had gotten a whiff of like mildewy scent in that hallway, but I thought it was something coming from the laundry room or something.
So now, how do you have to worry about mold or anything?
We got to it in time, luckily.
Okay, because it's just mildew. Yeah. Well, how is mildew related to mold? Is it its baby brother?
Yes, Andy.
Because I hate that. I always watch those HGTV shows, and they buy these homes before they're going to flip it or flop it or whatever,
and then they find a mold problem.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No.
Oh
no! Thankfully, I got to it before the mold phase of things.
Is there anything else you need to replace, or you're up to date with everything? You know what I mean? Like that. Sometimes, like something like that happens, and they go. Just like the guy goes, oh, you got to replace from here to.
Well, I mean, he part of his fun was like, just because I'm fixing this doesn't mean it won't do the exact same thing 3 feet away.
Why won't it? Oh, because it's old pipe?
Because it's shit. No, it's not that old a pipe. Whatever.
There's only two types of pipe you can use. That's from Moonstruck.
Yeah. So plus I had just come from the grocery store where I had shopped for like a big barbecue that I had been forced into cooking that night because of Allison had friends in town that she forgot that she was supposed to get together with. So I got roped into doing a barbecue, which I then shopped for, then had to cancel because the fucking ceiling was
Why
caving
can't the
in.
barbecue come on? No, I see. That's too much stuff.
Yeah.
So then what'd you do with all the food, the barbecue food?
I've been cooking it over the last couple of days. I made a tri-tip for my dogs.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That is the
They'll
worst.
get little bits of
They
it
must
over the course
love
of the
that.
week.
So I thought Lucky just loves me. Maybe Lucky loves the living conditions over here.
Yeah, it's not bad here. It ain't bad. No, they get a little sweetener with their food in each meal.
Oh, I'd be afraid if that was a cat, they might just pick out the good things. Like I have cats like that. They won't eat what they don't want to eat, so they just pick out your treats.
Well, they eat. I mean, that's their basic meal, and then they'll eat the dry food under it to the extent that they're hungry. But they still eat it. You know?
Do you feel that they have no joy with the dry food?
They have no joy with the dry food, for sure.
But they always say...
But they will eat it when they're hungry enough.
It's good.
They snack during the day occasionally.
Well, that was a rough 3 days, but it's not as bad as... Well, what do I have to compare it? It's just bad.
It sucked. It was a pain in the ass. And it was pricey. And I have a guest staying here next week, so I actually had to get the guest room back up. And
who's coming? Do I know?
My friend Ken Bradley. I believe a Thought Spiral listener.
And have you talked about Ken before in our life?
Probably in our life, probably not on the podcast.
How come you don't invite me over?
Ken started doing stand-up with me back in 1987, within a few months of me starting.
In Minneapolis?
Yes.
Oh, and what does he do now?
He is a consultant now.
Cool. That sounds very, weird. You won't say the field?
His specialty is in solar energy.
Well, they do need consultants. I'd like to see you try and put some panels up there without... Do you can get solar panels? Not yet.
I probably am going to get them fairly soon.
This guy who did this documentary called Cool It years ago, he said that Cool It, maybe we should calm down a little bit because he feels like there will be a major breakthrough in fuel cells or something along those lines that will make or solar panels will be so cheap. But I don't know if we have that much time to wait.
Well, no, I mean, he thinks that's what's going to happen to save the planet.
He thinks that if you look back in history, when a need comes up, somebody discovers a way to tackle it. He releases back when the Al Gore's movie came out, and his whole point was that, which I actually agree with to a certain extent, because Al Gore would send me emails every day, just scares the life out of you, but you don't feel like you can do anything about it. Right. So his whole thing was, yes, this is happening, but let's not get freaked out about it, and which I guess is not that good of an idea.
It's not that great a message, really. Private industry will pull us out of this because they got us into it.
No, but his point was you really shouldn't overly invest in current solar technology. You shouldn't overinvest in things that are going to obviously get cheaper, and then that's when you invest in it or something like that. Go read his book; it's really great.
I think that's partially true.
Yeah, he wasn't an idiot.
But that's but it's also like saying don't buy a laptop because in 2 years they're going to upgrade laptops. I need a fucking laptop right now.
No, but I think what he's saying is we're not even at the laptop phase with it yet, where they're so expensive, but that they're going to come down drastically in price. I'm sorry.
Well, I think to some extent it has, since Gore's movie, it has certainly.
Well, also if we had any put any kind of steady program, say we're going to devote a certain amount of money to this, that the government would dedicate the money, then we would know. I mean, I can't believe we've lived this long into Trump with everything. Every law has been unraveled. I heard of another thing. Oh yeah, if you commit a war crime or you murder somebody,
you're good.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And there's so many horrible things like that it's not like he's doing it on purpose.
I don't understand. To me, that is like the ultimate.
Fuck you.
But I don't even know who it's showboating for, because even military people are going to go.
Well, they hate it.
Yeah, this person was court-martialed and behaved without honor. I don't know why he thinks he's impressing military members by giving these people pardon.
And it's going to make us get treated worse around the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But sometimes I'm staggered by how much horrible things he's done. But I know not to talk about it because I agree with you, except I keep hoping we're right on the precipice of something good.
Yeah, well.
I don't think there's one sentence that Trump has uttered since the time he took office that wasn't trying to obstruct justice or bribe somebody. I think that's what he does all the time. That's his whole modus operandi. I'm sorry for the technical words.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he's horrible.
Are you going to yell at me about this show? I think you're going to yell at me about it. Not. Well, I would yell at me about it.
No, I don't think you're. I don't think
it's not my worst.
I don't think you're doing anything badly on purpose. I just think it's coming out that way. No, I think. I mean, it's interesting to see the rate at which things move. But it's also amazing, like, how the amount of news can't be reported.
No. It's literally impossible.
Like him pardoning war crimes, committers of war crimes.
Just people dying.
It's a minor story, in the scheme of things right now. Stephen What's-His-Face's hate mail, hate his own 900 email trail of hate crimes.
He calls this white nationalist magazine, he uses a nickname. Have you looked at Amran? It's American Renaissance or something. Hey, look, get an article from Amran. I'm beginning to not like this Stephen Miller guy.
Have you been reading Nazma?
What's that?
Nazi Monthly.
Hey, I think in Micah, have you get another copy of Micah? Micah. I think people shouldn't be trusted if they have a cute name for a white supremacist thing.
All right.
But there's all these white supremacist sites. I thought they were just giving me a good deal on
Sheets. What?
Sheets.
Where are you going?
Well, some of them I know, like Stormer Front. I mean, some of them I know, but then there's more out there, and they're misleading. Like one of them's named. No, we don't get us wrong. We like Jews and blacks.
NaziMingle.com.
Nazi Mingle. It sounds. Fascist sense.
Right.
Do you have a good fascist sense?
Yes.
That wasn't as good as yours, but you can't always top the topper, man. They call you the good doctor. You're like the Neil Simon of jokes.
I am Doc
but
Weinstein.
Neil Simon
call Doc Weinstein in.
Hey, Josh, please come down and fix 2 pizza places and a.
Put 2 guys and a girl in it. Call me later.
Oh, I they have a good one. God friended me.
Yes. That's been on for like a couple seasons.
I know. That's when it gets. First of all, I don't know. It's a little cutesy.
It's a weird time because you can just you can hear that show exists
without
never
fainting.
See it, know nothing about it, but that name will still keep
God friended me right after.
Right. 20 years ago, you would know exactly what to hate about that show.
Yeah, and it would be like.
Now you just assume what you'd hate about that show.
Right, and you're able to call something God friended me. You're able to call something with a cutesy name,
right.
And nobody makes a big deal out of it. Like, why would you, it's a little bit, maybe the name is bad.
Maybe.
I think it's too specific. You know what? If I find out it's one of your friends or my friends, and this was their whole life, they've been working for this God friended me, and I'm not even understanding the point of the name.
No.
Right?
Right.
Is it possible?
You could be the star of God Muted Me.
Hey, hey, you know what? I wrote a show called God Ghosted Me.
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost who ghosted me. I'm very tired. I'm hungry. Water. I know I had a good Thai food tonight.
We're going to get Andy on a drip for the second show, after the show.
And, maybe I should smoke pot. You see, you say no. How much did it help me that I'm straight as an arrow tonight?
That's right. How's your cutting down going? Are you still?
Let's see. Should I lie like I always do?
No.
Oh, I think that I still am smoking enough pot. Don't worry. For those of you who are out there. But I don't think as much, maybe. But I'm also...
So it's not a concerted effort anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell you because I do smoke every day. Do you smoke every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, but I don't.
Once in a while, I'll forget.
but I am taking more CBD because it does relax me, and it does it's like sometimes it's almost like a Xanax-y.
Yeah.
So, but then I sometimes get tired. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay to get tired.
Well, it's okay to get tired.
That seems to be your problem right there. Is you don't think it's okay to get tired.
Well,
so you then take an amphetamine.
That is a problem I have. Like I took an amphetamine at 8:30 or whatever. But the thing is, I find it hard to go. I've been having a lot of trouble going to sleep. A lot of trouble. Not like a serious shooting me in the head, but I don't want to go to sleep like a little kid.
Yeah.
I want to go to sleep. But then if you sleep, you don't. Then it starts to. You don't dread going to sleep?
No.
You like the idea?
I like the idea of it. Yeah, I do.
Unfortunately, my wife and I are bad influences on each other.
I don't understand the resistance to it. Why don't you like it? Do you have horrible dreams?
I think it's related to...
By the way, I had weird water drowning dreams after this plumbing thing. I woke up in this panic that I was swimming through a flooded tunnel.
Some dreams are terrifying. I haven't had a terrifying dream in a long time, but sometimes they are terrifying where you have to remember that they're a dream.
No, I literally had to imagine myself riding on a motorcycle outside on the PCH just to get my head off of falling back asleep to that dream again.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. No, it's more like I don't get enough. It's like I'm always on myself for how much I've done during the day. And so instead of saying, oh, whatever you've done during the day, now we start to wind down and we have a nice night. For some reason, I've never gotten past the adolescent stage of the night is young, is the shank of the evening.
Yeah.
And then I go through time periods where I'm really tired. I do think for sure the mask thing is helping me get good sleep. But I'm 63. Maybe it's could be that too. No, I don't know what it is. I do feel like I think some of it's from self-medication. Sometimes it's from taking the Adderall too late. If it's the Adderall too late in the day, then I'm just an idiot. Then I have to wonder.
Yeah.
So I go to the doctor. So what caused that? I took Adderall at midnight and another one at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. You're not going to sleep.
I'm not going to sleep. No. So don't go complain to people. God damn it, I'm having the hardest time sleeping.
What are you trying to focus on at fucking midnight or 2, though?
That's the problem, because I don't think I've done... But I'm changing as a person, so I'm not so much like this, but I'm more and more... It was always recriminations and thinking I have a deadline on something. Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't make any sense at all. But I hope to get that change. I've gotten a lot of stuff done though. In the last, I got my driver's license renewed. Uh-huh. That was a big one.
Right.
I got all my bills paid. I did more everything except for the album. I'm done with.
Good.
Thanks for the pep speech.
No, that's great. You did you tweeted about it the other day that you did. I did my taxes and I went to the thing. That's when Dana Schwartz.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Great. Real ID. Fantastic.
No,
now
nice
you're going to
going.
be on every mailing list in the Bing and the blah, blah, blah.
He said junk mail like it was poison. You kidding me? It's some of my only joy sometimes. I like the circular that says deals. Is this always deals in your area or something? I'm sorry. You have something to say.
No, I never do.
Local flavors or something. Local flavors. Local. I still read the Penny Saver.
I was just going to show you the poster I've been working on.
What's it for?
For Michael DeBar. Who do you want me to be?
Let me put my glasses on. Oh, I like that. Whose design was that? You?
No.
I think it's good.
It was in consultation with me. But
I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I love it. It reminds me of, not exactly of this, but I watched a special on Da Vinci, it's called Decoding Da Vinci, and they were talking about how part of the way he painted was he understood that when you look out of your peripheral vision, it looks different, way different than head on.
Yeah.
So they were showing how at certain angles it looks like she's
painted
smiling.
around a corner.
No, he dissected people. He had an absolute knowledge of anatomy. Not absolute, because some things he got wrong, but he was so obsessed with it. So the Mona Lisa does look, sometimes she looks like she's smiling, but she doesn't always look like she's smiling. And so that's the effect. And the way they did it was they had a real Mona Lisa. They had a Mona Lisa here and a Mona Lisa here. The real one here and a fake one there.
Uh-huh.
And he only got it right
And then
once.
they had a panel that interviewed them both to see who
I'm
the
Mona
real
Lisa. I'm Mona Lisa. Because he didn't do millions of art things. He only did a few, he did a relatively few, but spent years on it.
Right, but when he did a painting, kabunga!
Oh my God.
You've been Da Vinci'd.
Oh, look. You know how much mileage you got out of that Mona Lisa shtick?
I got my Dropbox filling up with final mix audio for the movie. Everything's happening, Andy.
It is. That's very why is your Dropbox? Shouldn't it be someone else at this point? Are you doing the final mixing or something?
No. This is from the audio guy.
I don't understand what's happening.
It's okay.
So you're not the guy putting the thing into the schmeckle.
No. I'm the guy going, give it an
But
extra.
you could, though, probably, if you had to.
I need you to give it a schmeckle boost.
Do you ever say strip it up?
I don't do strip it up, no.
Okay.
I go, give it a little zets.
Right. I like zets on stuff. That's it. Is that what you say? Are we never taking a break? What the hell's going on with us? Maybe we shouldn't.
We're at 1 hour almost exactly now. A little less. We're at a little less than
I don't
an
know
hour.
why I said that. There's nothing.
But no, you killed it. It's okay. Now we got to take a break.
Did I kill the energy?
You did. You
I don't
killed
think I
everything.
did.
You did.
I've learned in therapy that I'm not responsible.
If this balloon was momentum,
yeah.
you were the pin.
Okay, maybe I'm stupid. Air quotes.
Do you have anything to play?
I don't. How was the reaction to the? Okay.
Oh my God, ecstatic!
Oh, people.
Oh my God,
Did I get a record deal?
The letters I got.
Did I get a record
about
deal
Andy's
from
song.
it?
Please, more Andy songs.
Record deal. No.
I'm going to play an oldie but a goodie. Here's Piece of Eights.
I love that. That's from the Super Bowl.
Yes, good memory.
Wheat, wheat, wheat. 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 V-I-I-I. 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 Wheat, wheat. V-I-I-I. 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 Wheat, wheat. V-I-I-I. 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 Wheat, wheat, wheat. Wheat, wheat, wheat. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Somebody say,
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
somebody sing, Ocho.
I remember that song.
Okay, good.
It was all versions of 8.
Yes. All me singing.
We're talking in the break. Very interesting talk we had.
Yeah.
About eating.
Uh-huh.
And I realize that I have some issues with eating. I'm not even going to get into the how much you weigh, how much you weigh, but I just run out of things. And I always desire something sweet, and I get into these ices things, and I do it to a creamsicle type of deal, but you don't even have that part. That's the thing that's, I just find this.
Well, lately I've been on such a shit kick lately.
Even with sugar?
It was sugar too, yeah. I've just been eating like total shit. And I'm gaining weight again, so I'm getting ready to slam the brakes on this whole thing, but no, I've just been eating whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
And what I want is not health food. It's not.
Well, that's the thing.
Lots of carbs, lots of sugar, been eating.
If I was rich, I would eat like a lot of sushi.
Yeah.
But would that be, so I mean, some of the stuff I like is also good for you probably.
No, there's plenty of things I like that are good for you, but those aren't the easy things to make.
Not the easy, right, I know. So you've been doing more snacking?
Doing more snacking. I've been doing more just shit eating.
Yeah. I can't even tell you've gained weight.
Good. I've exited my 5-pound range, so I gotta get back in there.
Oh.
But not by much, but enough so that,
You're in the 5...
It's major slippery slope. I'm in the slippery slope phase right now.
You've exited what I call the 5-minute phase.
Which is?
Getting here by 5 minutes late. So you're 5 pounds more, that's okay, but now you're 6 or 7.
Apparently all of my grace scales are based on a 5 thing.
You didn't choose it that way.
No, that's just how
That's just how it went down.
That's right.
Well, I wish you the best.
Thanks. I'll do better.
And you don't do...
I got to get down for my role in CJ's next movie.
Do you do any... I don't do the only thing I do aerobically is walk. Do you do any aerobic things? Is Pilates aerobic? No.
Pilates not really aerobic, no.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it. I've been doing less resting in between now at Pilates just to make it more of a circuit training sort of a thing.
But you've never done a bike. Or you do a bike?
I don't do a bike.
I hate the bike.
And my back's still fucked up, so I can't really walk.
I don't like any of this.
I don't either. You know what, Andy? Getting old's not for sissies.
You're as young
My
as...
spleen!
You're as young as you feel. I don't feel that good. None of those things. Age is just a number. Yeah, and when I'm 99, it'll be too high for me.
Age is just a number that indicates how close to death you are.
Right. Think differently. Lean forwardly.
All right, let's go to questions.
I have a question. Oh, you do?
Captain Sunshine, Dana Schwartz is first up.
Captain Sunshine.
My local concert band is in need of a narrator for 'Twas the Night Before Christmas this year. Are either of you available? If not, I thought we'd ask Mr. Jimmy Stewart, or as a last resort, Joseph Mengele.
Well, I have to tell you one thing. He fooled me into thinking that he wanted one of us to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to hear.
Who would you like to hear?
Well, both, actually.
All right, Joseph and I will give it a little read.
Who's Joseph?
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a Jew. I mean, mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, with hopes that Mengele would be there.
It really does make it makes it significantly more depressing. Not Jimmy Stewart, though.
No.
He's a good choice the night before.
Merry Christmas, you old Nazi alone.
Bobby. Merry Christmas, Bobby.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo.
There was a man named Yoshi Yamamoto was a man. Yoshi Yamamoto has a question for us. It's a question from Yoshi Yamamoto.
I can't keep up with you, but I'm doing my best.
I was flipping through the TV the other day, and what are the odds I stopped on PBS while there was a segment on the exploding popularity of cotton candy grapes. There's a replay tonight. On Frontline. Tonight on Frontline, we go behind the phenomenon known as cotton candy grapes. A delicious treat one might mistake for candy, and yet it's a grape. Tonight on Frontline.
I hope they rip the cover off of it. You know, they're doing something to it.
Yoshi Yamamoto also says, speaking of Louis Anderson, did you guys hear that Tom Rhodes bit? Do you guys hear about that Tom Rhodes bit off his recent album where he talks about an uncomfortable Me Too type situation with Louis when he was 19 years old?
Well, I know the story he's talking about, and I don't know if that's the way Tom Rhodes presents it as a Me Too.
Here's what TampaBay.com says. Last year, veteran comic Tom Rhodes released an album featuring a bit called Meeting Louis Anderson. He describes being a 19-year-old in the 80s and winning a contest to fly from Florida to the Comedy Store in Los Angeles where he met Anderson. On the album, Rhodes said Anderson took him out and began making unwanted advances, attempting to kiss him and squeezing my ass cheeks.
I never heard that part. That's not the part.
On his podcast, Rhodes later said the experience made him feel ashamed and disgusted, and that it took years for him to be able to open up about it. Asked about the incident, Anderson at first demurred, but a few minutes later had a change of heart. I really regret that Tom felt put upon and felt uncomfortable, Anderson said. I had no idea. I was a big flirt back then, and so there's a possibility that happened, and I regret that. I regret that he would be put... And then the thing that then it cuts off.
Yeah, so when he first told the story, he told it as a humorous story.
Yeah.
So I don't think that may have been why he introduced it that way, because it would have been harder to introduce it as a horror story.
Yeah. Well, I witnessed Louis in action.
Oh, really?
Back then, he was never hitting on me because I wasn't his type. I mean, I was his type, therefore not his type. I was a fat, fat comic, his type. But no, he liked young, blondish, young guys, and he would fiercely hit on them.
Oh, that's not so good.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
And that puts a young comic in a fucked up position.
Not good.
Like my good friend once had to go, fuck off, Louis.
Oh.
Which, when you're a young comic, you don't want to do that to one of the biggest comics in the world.
Well, was he holding off things for him, or just was persistent?
He was just persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then on the other hand, he was blackmailed.
He was blackmailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think for a long time, Louis really felt like he had his audience was such a family kind of audience.
That he couldn't tell them
that he really thought that coming out would destroy his career.
Right, but then it's odd that he was also aggressive.
It was odd.
Yeah, but what am I going to get into people's heads for? Like, had nothing.
But yeah, no, I can, I don't want to harp on it too much, but yeah, no, I witnessed Louis' aggressiveness in that. I can see, it's easy for me to go, yeah, I bet that did happen to Tom Rhodes.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I knew it had happened to him, but I didn't know that he had been, squeezing his things and that type of thing.
Yeah.
His things.
Nor did I.
4 years old.
Guy Incognito says, could we hear Frontline doing a bumper for Jen Kirkman performing at the White House Correspondents' Dinner 2020 while Mengele injects his disapproval? Wow.
I don't know. I don't know, Josh. It's your call on these things now, because it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy at this point. People are going to want you to have Mengele marry them.
On the next Frontline, we follow comedian Jen Kirkman backstage at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where she tears a certain Nazi doctor a new asshole tonight on Frontline. I don't like Jen Kirkman, but I think you will. Bobby!
Wait, is he introducing her at the club?
I don't know. He said Mengele gets in there somehow.
He did a good job.
It said while Mengele interjects his disapproval.
You know what I'm amazed at how varied our audience is in what they think about and what they question us about.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a wide range. It's like Mengele and James Mason in so many different variety of positions.
It's they're doing improv for us to do.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Gotta get the grapes.
Jim Meehan says prior to his role as Mengele, Gregory Peck played King David. Is that what they mean by an actor having range? Yes, it is.
Did he really?
From Jew to nuts.
I'm King David. I'm King David. No, I can't do the voice. Bobby.
I'm King David. Come here, Prince Bobby.
Was King David, he was one of the good guys, right?
I'm a very good guy. I will not be taken down by some insolent Goliath.
Do you realize that this little known story is that was Solomon's solution to everything was to cut things in half, and it just happened to be he hit upon the right combination. Like two guys owned a bicycle once.
Yeah.
Cut it in half. It was always this. Cut the bicycle in half.
Solomon, that's his sandwich. No, it's my sandwich. Cut it in half.
Look, I like one twin. I like both twins. I want to date both twins. I want to date both twins. What do you think, Solomon?
Unconjoin them.
I didn't even know they were Siamese twins.
Greg Kelly says, yo, Andy, tell us about meeting Stevie Wonder. Were you overjoyed? Perhaps uptight? Isn't he lovely? Was he living for the city? For once in my life, I think I asked a decent question.
I'm begging people to get some kind of a hobby going.
Don't
I am begging
Try
people.
not to turn off the mic while you're...
I'm begging people to get some kind of a hobby going because they're spending too much time on these questions. No, I was thrilled to meet Stevie Wonder. He was very nice to me, and I was thrilled about the whole thing. And I remember we joked around a little bit, but at the end of the day, it was me sitting next to Stevie Wonder, who I love.
Nice.
And I don't normally like
what was the event?
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
And I don't remember which one it was. Those are always not the easiest things to do, the Super Bowl.
No.
Because you have to turn around in one day.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And it's crowded.
It's crowded. And that's sometimes I have to do the hot dog is spicy.
It's very spicy. I asked for a hot dog and they got me a Polish sausage and it was very spicy.
Well, you know, it's just a regular
it's just a regular Polish sausage. No, it's not. It's very spicy.
Why is my impression of me always so whiny? Am I that whiny?
No. It's a characterization.
Aha.
Greg Kelly also wants to know if you could do it all over again and be in the same place emotionally and financially, would you pursue music and not comedy?
That is a good question.
No, I wouldn't.
I would say I wouldn't. Because I think ultimately it's a little easy to say when maybe I wasn't in that scenario, am I the greatest songwriter of all time? I
don't know. In this scenario, are you the greatest comedian of all time?
No. I wasn't doing it that way. I was doing it more. You know, you're always trying I noticed this. You're always trying to push me into the most unattractive take on things. That wouldn't be my take. My take was that I enjoy comedy more, like there's more things to do. It seems more varied than music, the way I did it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing rhythm, now I'm singing. So I like it that way. Not in terms of that but if I had done it better, maybe it would have been more natural to me. It seemed hard.
Okay.
And awkward. But I still love, I don't know, it's so hard because I still love music. I'll take comedy.
Okay.
You have no insight? Can't you throw some insight in there? Well, I'll tell you why, Andy.
Why I would choose comedy? Yeah, because it's because I hate the music business.
Oh, I didn't think about that. It sounds like a terrible business.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But every business can be horrible.
Yeah, but music business is especially horrible, and it's I think comedy is the most meritocratic
Yes, I agree with that.
I think of all the performing arts, just because I think success and failure are so clear in comedy in some ways.
And anyone can start anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyone. You can come to LA tomorrow and you could be in an open mic.
But I also I think, I don't think musicians are that good at hang.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because and I have fantasies about hanging around and jamming and.
Yeah, there's plenty of musicians who I like, but in general, the musician sense of humor isn't that good.
Except for Randy Newman.
Again, there's exceptions.
Right. I agree with you. I see what you're saying. We're much more entertaining people.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, some musicians are odd too socially.
Yeah.
And some comics are odd too socially.
True.
But comics, I think, in general, if you had to make a percentage, they're probably slightly better socially than musicians.
Probably.
Who are used to going like Jeremy Piven said to me at the Whole Foods, I don't know, man. I don't remember that time period in my life. I'm sorry, man. That's how musicians can be that way. Yeah, jazz, baby. It's not a musician.
It's probably good that you weren't. Since your affectations are all off.
You don't know about my third act, though, do you? Or my second act, I mean.
No, your second.
Third act.
I think your first act was music. Your second act was what you've been doing the last 30 years.
And I don't know if you want to call that comedy, but you've done it.
You're coming up to your denouement.
I'm ready because I'm exhausted. I haven't done a damn thing. I'm tired.
But I don't. I mean, I don't have unfulfilled music fantasies.
Oh, I definitely do.
I really don't.
I haven't played everything I want to. I want to write more and play more.
Oh no, I'd love to do more stuff.
But you've done more stuff.
But my fantasy life, I've gotten to play music in a few high profile places, and that was kind of enough to go, wow, that was cool.
I know how I know how you feel, but I don't know what my thing is. I have a lot of fantasies in my head.
Yeah.
About coming out with an album and everyone going, he was funny, but this is wow. It's just all ego.
In some ways, I've lived beyond my fantasy range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not as wildly successful as my fantasies at one point would have had me, but in terms of I don't have unfulfilled dreams.
Right.
Left over. I've gotten some version of each little thing.
Yeah.
Enough that I'm winging it at this point, dream-wise.
Yeah, which I think is natural at some point. And when you get to be my age...
God willing.
I feel like, thankfully, that the real jealousy part of me or the real I wish I was doing something is gone. That part's gone. I have problems, but it's not from thinking about what might have been.
Yeah.
It's more wanting to be happy right now. And that sounds corny, but it is true.
That's good.
But I wouldn't turn down the big $1 billion role. But I really feel like I always wanted to do a movie. I did a movie. I'm satisfied from that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm lying.
I don't know. The thing, it sounds like you're lying a little bit.
A little bit? Does it sound like I'm playing it too cute?
I might have played it a little too copacetic myself, but I don't know. I feel what I have realized about myself is I would much rather be a big part of something small than a small part of something big.
Right. That makes sense.
And
no orchestras for you.
No. What I like is getting my hands all over projects. I don't like being a cog. Yeah,
and the thing is, I would say that the fantasy things of they don't sound as I want to be the head of my own sitcom. I could say that to myself, but I don't necessarily want to be that. I mean, I would take it.
Right.
But am I really like I was 20 years ago? No way.
Right.
But I was also less aware of what was happening with myself. So, all I'm thinking about is death. That's all I'm thinking about.
Really?
Josh. Not really. I'm thinking about aging, but not in the bad. I mean, I don't, in a sense, feel any different than I've ever felt in my whole life. When I was young, I was tired sometimes.
Right.
So I'm pretty, and I have been very lucky physically. I'm shaped like an Adonis.
Sure.
Adonis Schwartz.
An Adonis plush toy.
It is weird that the only thing I don't want is to die. If everything else is fine.
Well.
Good luck.
You will not live to be disappointed then.
I just feel like at the end of it all, there should be a big party for all of us at every level. You know,
there
every
it is. It's called a funeral.
Okay, well, damn it, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss my own funeral.
You are. Tear you a new asshole.
Yeah. Hello, Andy. I'm surprised you're still not chirping in with the, oh, this looks like it's wood. Hey, Josh, can you hear the echo? He's ruining my eulogy.
Pennies on my eyes? I'm not paying commission on this.
Oh, my fucking manager couldn't make it? What do you mean Susan didn't want to go? Oh, God. They're never going to say, when Andy Kindler died, we couldn't, so many people showed up. Like on the Datelines, 1,000,000 candles.
You'll be surprised.
Okay, can you do it? Can you make it happen even if it doesn't happen?
I will, yeah. I'll hire extras.
Should I pay someone for can you pay for a obituary that makes like the LA Times or something?
Yes.
You cannot.
Yes, you can.
That's a society.
Everyone pays for obituaries.
I know, but you're saying like schmackle.
Oh, like will you be an article?
An article saying that I was the most influential comedian. His partner Josh.
Yeah, if you don't mind it saying paid advertisement on it somewhere.
I really don't. Okay. As long as it's tasteful.
Then I got you back.
Can you put me on the cover of Time magazine after I'm dead?
Yes.
That's my favorite thing. Is like that Trump has fake Time magazine covers.
Yeah.
That is.
Bearing Witness says, are you concerned that the left is repeating the same mistakes that helped produce Trump? Example, firing squad, scattered messaging, taking the bait, perception of elitism, and smugness. Is our message too narrow for mass appeal?
Well, the only thing I can say that is that the only thing I feel so strongly about is that the way we're dealing with the Medicare, with this health care, I think it's sort of ridiculous. I don't think we should be fighting over what form it is, and it's just a wasting space. But now it's going to be arguing. It's bringing up the argument which a lot of people want to have, which is, I think some people want to have democratic socialism.
Yeah. Which
I don't really exactly know what it is. I know there's democracy involved and there's socialism involved, but how much? Is it half and half? Look, everybody gets a free this. Everybody gets a free that.
That's the socialism part.
I don't want yes. I don't want to. Who's going to pay for it? The corporations.
Raise your hand if you want the corporations to pay for it.
I do.
There's the democratic part.
I don't know. You know what? I have been better at saying I can't take it. So I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop thinking about it. Whenever I see Kornacki on MSNBC, I just fast forward. I don't want to see all the different polls from everything.
No.
No, because I think it drives me nuts. I mean, I'm just going to vote for Deval Patrick, and that's it. Did you know he's in?
I did too.
Why is he getting in?
I don't know. Cause
he's shorter than me. There's a lot too short people. He's shorter than me, I think.
Is he?
I don't know. I want Pete Buttigieg, but like a 6'2" Pete Buttigieg. Stop me. Go on to the next question or shoot me.
Okay.
I mean, you have
Which
to admit.
do you prefer?
Shoot me.
All right.
Or call a cop.
Brian says, how and when did you guys first meet Dave Foley?
I met him when the Kids in the Hall came down for a thing. Oh, by the way, I did finally text Chrissy.
Did you tell her?
Yes.
Was she nice about it?
She was very nice.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read you the actual? I don't have to read it.
What did she say, though?
She said,
Sorry?
No, she said, throw her some dates and we'll do it again.
Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't. Maybe I should have said that you were drunk and...
I don't really care.
No, I said it exactly right.
Yeah.
Should I read it?
Sure, okay, let's hear it. Everyone's been
no one's
going to
be upset. This is not like revealing anything.
Last week we talked about how you hadn't told her yet, so this is follow-up.
Okay, here it is. Hi, Chrissy. Hope you're well. Thanks again for everything. I've been meaning to text you, but putting it off like a 10-year-old or like a 63-year-old in my case. I'm sorry to report that our recording of Dave's interview got corrupted when it saved, in parentheses, or didn't save, to the memory card. It's lost. Josh and I feel terrible about this. What we wanted to let you know is we would love to interview Dave again at whatever point in the future Dave wants to do it. Also, we will come to him if that helps. There's no rush and no pressure. Once again, sorry about this. How do you think I did?
I think you did great.
She said, oh, what a bummer. I would cry like a 3-year-old or she put her age in there, which I'm not going to do.
Okay.
As the case may be. I'm sure he'd be happy to come record again. Throw out some date options, and I'll help arrange something.
Nice.
See? I've been doing more and more of these things, and the only deadline I gave I knew I was putting it off.
Yeah.
The deadline was I couldn't come see you again without having had done it. So I did it earlier today, and just boom.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, Andy, we like to.
Well, the option was one of our listeners was going to out us.
I mean, it was getting ridiculous. It was. I knew that was the thing. I knew it was going to be when you have pictures of everybody on the line, everyone enjoying it.
But I hope you all checked out our appearance on Dave Foley's show.
Yes, we're everywhere now.
We are. We're a phenomena.
You said that completely devoid of any emotional. You don't really think we're a phenomenon,
I wasn't convicted at all of it. Tom the Tom says, hey, J. Elvis Weinstein, did the Jeopardy people tell you beforehand that your name was going to be used in a clue? Asking for Sean Jordan, All Fantasy Pod. They did not tell me, but they did call my manager to ask him to get the correct pronunciation of Weinstein.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So they don't ask you, do you want your name to be on there, right? Yeah.
No.
That's cool.
But he told me that they called, so I felt like it was going to happen, and then
That's exciting.
It was my brother who called me, who saw it in Minneapolis, that I found out that it actually happened.
Man.
Which was the best case scenario.
Why's that?
Because my brother saw it.
Well, oh, yeah, exactly. That's what you want to have happen. That's what it's all about, baby. We did it. I mean, you did it. One of us did it.
John Kowaleski, cartoonist, says, Josh, I just watched I Need You to Kill, and it was great. I especially loved the comedian, I forgot who exactly, explaining that a documentary's point of view is decided in the editing, and then you cut away from him mid-sentence.
Which guy was that?
That was Pete Lee.
Oh, that's good.
I was very proud of that editing joke.
Yeah.
I really was. Because I'd never seen anyone else do it before, you know?
Yeah, it's
like when
really
you come
good.
up with a new joke, it feels good.
And you didn't do anything where the camera shakes its head. That's what I like.
No, there was none of that. Dan Wade says, hey guys, on Tesha 132 you brought up for at least the second time Mojo Nixon. What are your favorite songs of his? I'm partial to I Don't Want No Cyber Sex and Bring Me the Head of David Geffen.
Well, my personal favorite is Elvis is Everywhere.
Elvis is Everywhere. Don Henley Must Die is a pretty good one.
Elvis is everywhere. I just love the way he goes, Elvis is in Joan Rivers, but he's trying to get out.
He is, Mojo Nixon is kind of music's Andy Kindler, because he'll name names.
That's right. He does. And he's very excited. I saw him once live. He was great.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm making that up. I don't know who the real me is anymore.
It's okay.
But I really loved him.
Andrew Sweet says, I have nothing to say this week.
Is Andrew Sweet, is he playing head games with us?
No, he's having a dialogue with his questions.
Right. But the first one, wasn't he the guy who said, please talk more about your OCD?
Yes. That's how this all started.
Right. I just want to tell you that I'm not somebody who remembers any perceived slight forever.
No.
The only thing I can remember are slights.
That's all. When you're in that home you spoke of, that's all that's going to be left on the record. It's just the slights.
I so much want to be in the motion picture home and have people come visit me and say, oh, you were great on Everyone Loves Raymond.
Fuck you. I was Everybody Loves Raymond.
Do I have to be
Yes.
Do I have to have that kind of dementia?
Yes.
Where you get mean?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it. Are you going to mock me in that state?
Are you going to mock me in that state?
You know what I'm not looking forward to?
What's that?
When I'm 90,
Yeah.
and you come to the home and you tell me I've been replaced on Thought Spiral on the 44th year of the show. And I cry.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember that I was on it. Schmoogle boop a doop boop. Gazinga.
Dementia. Not Tweepahara says, Andy, I know an alternative to Lyft that you could use and you are expected to negotiate a better price for a ride. It's called Juber. I'm Goyam and I apologize in advance. He said.
Wait, he's Goyam, right?
Yes.
So he could be accused of anti-Semitism just by bringing it up.
Yeah, that was a hate crime as far as I'm
Juber?
concerned.
Look, I don't Juber me down. And remember, I can say that because I am Jewish. I remember.
Moe's Art says, Dear Thought Spiral, first time, long time, what would be a good question to ask you? Would you like some pie?
That would be good.
That'd be nice right now.
Another one to ask me would be, how would Joseph Mengele sound like eating pie? That would be the two forms of questions.
Boysenberry. Not Tweepahara also chimes in to say, did you guys know that Betty Davis died on the toilet just like Elvis? Her last words were, what a dump. Scatological humor just for Andy.
Who is this?
It's not Tweepahara.
It's not Tweepahara. What the hell is happening here? What kind of a business am I running?
Let's just say it's not Rumpelstiltskin.
He added that?
No, I'm throwing that in.
Look, I'm telling you, you can take you and your bathroom friends and go on to the SS Poop. Is that an example of a good joke?
That was good. You're good. Seth Dick the Third says, I've been encouraged to quit pot, and I have for a few days so far. Some of Andy's addict talk justifications have helped convince me that I'm doing the right thing. Today was the first test show I've heard sober. Still funny. Does James Mason have any thoughts?
He goes all the way down the road.
Oh, yes. Congratulations on your so far sobriety. And I think we can all agree that Andy Kindler smokes too much marijuana, and he has an unhealthy dialogue about it with himself. Enough said.
You got me. You nailed me. What's the addict talk?
It's your
addict.
It's addict, yes. Not the part about not the part at the top of your house.
No, I really can get into addict type talk.
Like Anne Frank.
Yes. I gotta have another hiding place. That's like an addict who's addicted to addicts.
Yes.
Oh God.
An addict.
I gotta find it. Oh my God. I'm jonesing for a place for my family to
I need
hide.
some fiberglass insulation. Stat.
Are you jonesing for it? Oh man, we are funny off the top of our charts.
Yes. PC Paget says,
Stop doing that thing with the cup.
I'm not doing it for punctuation this time.
Was it hard for you to edit last week?
No, I just ignored it. PC Paget says, I'm happy for Andy Kindler's journey into psychological wellness, yet miss the irrational anger. I'd like to hear some manufactured outrage and intra-celebrity beef.
Are you kidding? What this kind of an idiot is? What is he asking for? This is it's just like that idiot Richard Marx when he kept coming over to my house to borrow sugar. I said, fuck you. It's like a moron. And then, did I ever tell you the time I worked with Madonna? Not a nice lady.
That was good.
Not bad.
See? You don't have to do voices to do requests.
Well, how about this? I can't do voices, so let me find another way.
Ringo Blar, mall drummer, says, "Hi guys, last show was the hilariousest.
Hilariousest.
With holidays coming up, will we hear on the show a hybrid of James Mason and Jose Feliciano? You can call him James A. Mesiano."
I don't know. That doesn't sound like a combo you could make work, could it? It sounds impossible.
Lolita, don't be discouraged.
Something has to give.
Hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
Don't be discouraged. A man he ain't so hard to understand. Hee-haw. Barb, go Habs go, says...
Go who?
Habs.
Who are they?
They are the Canadiens, the Montreal Canadiens.
Is it starting or is it over?
Les Habitants.
Oh, it ends in like the spring, right?
It goes.
Started,
it's
though.
about the same as basketball season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very exciting right now.
Barb Go Habs Go says, no question. Just wanted you to know that I really enjoy starting my week every Monday morning with my vat o' coffee and thought spiral. Thanks.
Aw, that's nice to hear. And I don't even mean that as hacky as I sounded. It just, to me, I wish I had something to look forward to Monday morning. That's great.
Mark Thompson asks, Josh, can you sous vide a Thanksgiving turkey?
Didn't we talk about that?
Someone brought it up last week. Yeah, you can, although you have to. You have to. It's different temps for dark meat and light meat. So
how can you do that?
So it would have to be. You'd either have to do separate batches.
Oh.
You'd have to separate the two.
Like the parts of the turkey?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like that.
But you could sous vide a breast very easily and probably quite successfully.
But when they do the thing with the turducken or the thing, what are they doing there? When they stick a thing inside of a thing, wasn't that popular? Roasting it for, wasn't it? They did something for a long time.
The turducken.
And what was that?
It is a duck inside a chicken inside a turkey. Turduck hen.
Oh, okay. But then there was another way they were cooking.
Well, I have my recipe, which is the goose with the pheasant and the duck, and then the yams and shellfish stuffing.
Wow.
It's the go fuck yourself.
I can't believe it. I had a feeling early on that you were pulling something on me. But then you started to get serious with it again. Oh.
That's my perennial Thanksgiving joke.
I like it. I left my heart in Sam Clam's disco.
What? My plan, though, I think I laid this out last week. I think I'm going to do a regular roasted turkey, and I'm going to smoke a breast or two.
Now that's good. Do you make just yams, though? Do you make any regular baked potatoes? That's what I enjoy.
Baked potatoes? Regular baked
no, that's
potatoes
not
for Thanksgiving?
Mashed potatoes or something.
I do a mean stuffing, always.
Like it's like an insult stuffing?
Yes, it's
Hey, why don't you eat me, hockey puck?
Yeah.
Stop that. Hey, ho, ho.
I know Claytor says,
Hi, Claytor.
Hi, Claytor. I know Jay Elvis is a Criterion Charter subscriber. Not sure about Andy.
I am.
What name did you get on your card? I might be sheltered, but that card is and will be a cherished item for life. When I feel more comfortable, I will offer some film suggestions.
I don't have a goddamn card. What are you talking about?
Were you a charter member? Did you sign up before the thing existed?
No.
Then you're not a charter member. For us charter members...
Are you a charter member?
I am. They offered a metal membership card that I passed on after several offers of it because I didn't really want a metal membership card.
But it would have been free?
It would have been free. But it would have been like...
heavy.
That's exactly the kind of thing that'll just like fucking end up on my desk somehow for 30 years.
You're very rational
it'll just
man.
keep appearing in my life without any use. But I won't throw it away because it's metal. So I declined the card. I realized the only thing that there isn't going to be a single time in life where my membership to Criterion streaming service needs to be.
Yeah, what would it be? Do you get money off of like hotels?
No palpable benefits except for the pride of metal card ownership.
That is the exact definition of gilding the lily.
So, maybe they'll come up with some sort of...
You're going to order one for me.
Show your card, you can meet Ben Mankiewicz. Something like that.
That would be worth it.
I'm Archie Bell, and I'm also the Drells, says... Are there any impressions outside of Jay Elvis's regular rotation that you'd like to whip out on the show more often? Also, if any spiralers are looking for a good band name, I'd like to suggest Bobby and the Cotton Candy Grapes.
I love that name. What was the other part of the question?
Are there any impressions that are not in the rotation?
Have you heard my Ed Sullivan?
No.
No, I don't do him. But have you heard my Howie Cosell?
Although the Republican lawyer in the hearings sounds like Ed Sullivan to me.
And I've done my Howie Cosell. Oh, how does he sound?
It was the
guy who looks like ratty a little bit?
Yeah, but what was he saying? It was irregular. There's a regular and an irregular track for foreign affairs. So about this irregular track. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of these impressions I didn't know I had before this show, frankly.
Oh, that's interesting because you didn't have an opportunity to do that?
It's not like I had a Mengele going before we watched that movie.
But you've always had the ear, so you were always. But I didn't notice it when I was just friends. You didn't do.
No, it's not something I do in life very much. But I'll think about it.
Now you will.
I'll try to interject something. Larry Harold says, "Dear future Hollywood star honorees, do you have any comedy condo stories you'd like to share?"
I've had horrible. I had a carpet in the bathroom once. I think the one that was probably the prankiest that actually was a very funny story is when the comedy team of O'Brien and Valdez came home and staged a fake fight in front of me. And they were and then to the point where you don't know what it's like to be blind, and you don't know what it's like, and I thought they were totally serious. Yeah. And then they said one of them owed somebody the money for doing something. They said, get it from the opener. And I said, I freaked out, and I said, let me call the club. I said, call the club for this $20 bill. Before I ran, they go, Andy, we're just kidding around with you. But that's not like a horrible story. It's just crazy. I've had every story of how horrible how they've been dirty. Not, I mean, like, no, I haven't been killed at them, but.
Yeah, they're all just gross, and there's like refrigerators full of condiments because no one will eat the previous week's comics condiments because of some gross shit that they imagine them doing to them.
It's just such a wrong way to do a business, really.
It's bad. One of the worst weeks, which I think I've talked about, was with Jeff Wayne.
Oh my!
I was featuring, and he was headlining, and he was just.
Was he mean to you too?
He was just a monster of a human being.
Yeah.
And most of the week he was spending like doing this poison Svengali on the opening act. And the opening act.
So you were out of range?
The opening act just became a worse and worse person as the week went on because he kept falling more and more under his spell. And the week ended with those two guys getting into a street fight at a bar we were at.
Is this where you had to drive away?
Yeah, where I had to drive, like basically drag their bodies into the car and drive away and then take the opener to the emergency room.
Oh.
And I was so fucking sick of these guys that I just left town at 3 a.m. after that.
I can't believe you could have been killed in one of these. This is where you get yourself killed.
They were trying to get me killed, these two fucking guys, it seemed like.
Jeff Wayne is not well.
No, he was not.
I haven't heard from him in a long time.
I haven't either.
Let's check in.
Eventually, you can burn every bridge.
That is true.
Like we just did ours to Jeff Wayne.
Yeah, forget it. Don't try and make up to him now. He used to do the country comic. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. I never saw it, though.
I never saw it either.
Adam Nicolitz says, I brushed my teeth with the opposite hand to work on mindfulness, and now I'm blinded in one eye.
I'll accept that as a joke. What is the sound of one eye blinded? Huh? Try the soup.
By the way, the answer to that question is, ow!
Now you woke up the wife.
I don't think I did. I didn't even wake up the dog. Emilio Fox wants to know, Josh, do you still get pleasure from watching Andy's pogo stick accident? Kinda. Yeah.
Well, you got pleasure by relating it to someone.
I was telling Menkowitz about it the other day. And you were working against me so hard. You get all solemn about how hurt you got and how injured you were. I was really injured. Oh, man, I really hurt me. He was really milking that side of it.
Don't talk about it,
really trying to fuck up the clip.
No,
but you can't fuck it up because it's hilarious.
You can't fuck it up because the one guy can't stop laughing.
That's it. That's the key. Is even if I don't laugh through the accident, if I get to the sound guy pissing his pants on the couch laughing at Andy, then I can't.
He fell over pogo stick.
See, you hear it. You hear it in my voice. How genuine that laughter is. Josh Caterer says, Josh, I'd love to hear your impression of Lionel Barrymore doing a spoken word version of I Will Survive. By the way, Thought Spiral is the greatest podcast on earth, and you guys are both geniuses.
Whoa. I'll take it.
All right, let's get the lyrics to I Will Survive.
How do you know that Lionel Barrymore sounds like?
I do Lionel Barrymore.
You do?
Yes.
Is it like, and people think it sounds like him?
Yes.
Hello.
You once called me a frustrated old man.
Is that Lionel Barrymore?
Yes, you dumb fuck.
He plays Mr. Potter?
Yes.
I didn't know that for some reason. Was he really that mean?
I think he was that drunk.
First I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I would never live to live without you by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. No, now I...
Very good. You went the extra thing.
Thank you.
There's another Barrymore in the Christmas Carol, but
John.
Okay. I don't know the whole. And there was Ethel too, right?
Yes.
Was she good?
And then Drew.
Oh, it's like a whole line of people who are actors.
Drew is granddaughter of John, I believe. Fletcher Alexson says, remember when Dennis Miller had that brief stint singing for Queen? Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Cha-cha. Seth the Third says, you know a good plumber? No, wait, even better. What if James Mason was your plumber? That's what he typed when I tweeted about my plumbing accident.
Oh, I see. So it's not just, he's not psychic.
Your plumbing is shit. Your entire house is shit, and it's going to come down in a torrent of water.
Well, come on. I call you here for Saturday night. And then I was playing the straight guy.
Yeah, that was good. Luke Hawley says, and this is our final question. I had 4 fish in my tank. Now I have 3. I have a secure top so the cat can't get them. It's not in the filter. It's not in the sandcastle. Are my fish cannibals? What happened? Where did it go? Andy, did you take my fish?
Oh, I thought this was like a
like a riddle?
Yeah, like with the one where like the ice melts and then you press the
guy's
floor.
hung, but his feet are burned.
Well, have you checked the thermidor, the aquarium thermidor? This is very sad.
The thermidor? That's not a thing, Andy.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That's my way. That's my last ditch chance. Are you sure that it's wrong? It's in the humidor.
Humidor is where you keep cigars.
Oh, okay, lobster thermidor.
Lobster thermidor.
Okay, so there is a thermidor.
It's true enough.
Well, I proved it again. Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot such as you say. You said there was nothing like the thing. I proved very clearly. I got the word from words.
I stand dejected.
That's the last letter?
That was the last letter.
I have something. Well, thank you for listening. I have something to actually plug.
What's that?
This week, which is Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving week. More than I'll be looking forward to it next week when it'll be fakely before Thanksgiving. I will be this Saturday at Union Hall.
Union Hall.
Yes.
Sir. 2 shows.
2 shows, yes.
And then Sunday, I'm going to go to Philadelphia. For good comedy theater.
Good comedy theater.
So there should be tickets still available. Because I don't
There's
sell.
most certainly tickets available.
So please come and see me.
Go see him.
Stop repeating everything I say.
I wouldn't dream of repeating everything you say.
Why did we both perk up at 3 hours in?
I don't know.
So that's all I wanted to say. But I'm so happy to have 2 shows in a row.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to see my mama, who's very excited about seeing me.
Mama.
God, tell me, Mama. Can you hear me, Mama?
Nah, I have Parkinson's and I'm not deaf. Nah.
Buy my album, Chunks.
Buy his album, Chunks.
Check out my documentary on Amazon Prime, I Need You to Kill, since someone brought it up so kindly today.
And where do you see the cover art on the new Michael DeBardo?
Got another documentary coming out.
Very happy
Got
about
another doc coming soon. Go to, if you want to support the show monetarily, give us a little coffee money, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral. If you want to just support us in spirit, go to iTunes and leave us a really nice review. Someone called me insufferable on there this week, and yet still gave us a 5-star rating.
I don't like that. No. Can you, what if instead of ending the show with one of our endings that don't work, what if James Mason was ending the show as you? How would it sound?
Get out of my house.